Welcome to BLS Podcast. I'm David Choi.
I'm Rujal Chirakar.
I'm Joshua Dam.
I'm Gilbert 3 Stars.
I'm High Tam Cherry.
And I'm Arthur Kierson.
And today we're going to be talking about the new schedule changes that are going to be taking place in BLS starting next year. So for those of you who haven't heard about this, next year we're going to have schools start 15 minutes later. So it's going to start at 8 o'clock and end at 2:30. A lot of people I've talked to have actually liked this change, but still there are many people who do not like this.
So many, in fact, a petition has been started.
Yeah, on change.org there is a petition that says keep BLS's start time at 7:45 and end time at 2:15, and it actually has 207 people who have signed it.
And it's going up steadily as we are speaking.
So what do you guys think about this new change?
Well,
Dumb.
Well, I think that we have it better than a lot of other schools. But one thing that for example, BLA has an hour later, which is a big change. It makes 15 minutes feel like not very big. But one thing is that I did like about our current schedule is that our 1, 2, 3, and 4 classes, the times were really easy to remember because it was 55, 44, 33, 22. And it was just really easy to remember, and it's not going to be like that anymore.
That's true. But, counter-argument, more sleep. And as we all know, everyone in our school is a sleep-deprived zombie at some point in their existence at BLS.
As a scholar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that moving school 15 minutes is really gonna change anything, because if we get out later, then we're just gonna do our homework later. We're gonna sleep later. And it's just the cycle is gonna continue, and nothing's really gonna change. But I'm not exactly against the against the new change either, because I do think that we do start school a bit too early. I mean, this is just my opinion though.
I agree with David, but I'm neutral about this. I really don't care either way. But I do think a lot of people appreciate more sleep, and that's like the biggest point about this in our community right now. And I heard Arthur had a pretty big reaction to this, so you want to elaborate?
So the thing about having a later time is that school starts at 2:15 for a reason, and that's because rush hour. Because we're near the middle of the city, and rush hour starts at 2:45. So at 2:30, buses get here around 2:40, so that means that they're getting home easily up to half an hour later.
That is a fair point.
In addition to the extra 15 minutes.
Yeah, and also people who do like extracurriculars and actually sports is a pretty big deal. It's going to be a pretty big deal for people who do who like take the bus to go to games and stuff. Yeah.
Especially now that it's winter. Well, not now since this is happening next year, but in like the winter time where the sun's going down at like 4 o'clock, that 15 minutes makes a real big difference in like commutes and, like David said, sports.
So one thing I wanted to say was, right now the bell schedule is kind of messed up, as probably all of you know. For second lunch, the bell to go back to class doesn't even ring. So, I don't know, it's just going to be even more confusing, I feel like. And it kind of reminds me of how in the first few weeks they were kind of sorting out W schedule, and there was a lot of confusion around that.
I feel like even though there was a lot of confusion when W Days first came out, I feel like people have kind of just gotten used to it now, which I think will also happen to the schedules. Like, it's going to be a bit confusing in the beginning of the year. It's like having to wake up not having to wake up earlier, but just getting out of school later is just going to feel weird. But eventually we'll just get used to it.
I think the transition's going to be a lot easier for 6Cs coming into the school or like BZs coming into the school.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they never actually experienced BLS at its past time, so this is just how their experience is now.
So it's just 15 minutes. It's not that big of a difference, like unlike BLA. It's just 15 minutes.
But that 15 minutes bleeds into, like Arthur said,
extracurricular
rush hour.
Yeah, true.
And that's horrible.
Then again, yeah, I do dues band, and So that means it usually ends at 4:00, so that means it'll end at 4:15. Since sometimes we go all the way to 4:30, that means it'll end at 4:45, which probably makes it a little much more worse for me, because as Arthur said, rush hour, or not.
You'll be caught in the 5 o'clock rush hour.
Yeah.
So it seems that rush hour is the biggest concern all of us are having about this. Is there anything else that you're concerned about, or is it just that?
Just that.
Just that?
Also, who needs an extra 15 minutes of sleep that much?
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
Just go to bed 15 minutes earlier, though.
You'd be
The thing-
surprised
the
what
thing
people
I
are willing to
find
do for sleep.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
now I'm a 9th grader, and obviously I don't have as much homework as, say, juniors or seniors in their first 2 terms, but I kind of feel like the reason I get to bed later is because it's not because I'm doing homework, it's because I'm doing something else. So yeah.
I'm not glad about it, but I do agree.
Yeah, we can all recognize
Yeah.
procrastination to like a full degree.
Yep.
But we all know we should go to sleep earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, that bit is on us, just not sleeping.
Well, maybe you should just put your cellular devices away.
But high time, rush hour.
True.
So this will conclude our discussion on the start and end times for BLS. And
If any of you have something you'd like to say, please put that down in the comments.
Yeah,
section
I will
below.
be putting the link to the petition in the description if you want to check that out to see how many people are in it, and if you might want to join it, then feel free to do that. Yeah.
So just to end this off, I do have another announcement. You may have noticed we have some new voices in the podcast.
Yeah.
It's a me.
So we have a bunch of new members, so much so that we split up into 2 teams. So you'll be hearing different people every week, hopefully.
Great.
Yeah, and remember, if you want to join the BLS podcast, feel free to email us at blspodcastclub@gmail.com. We are always accepting new members. Everyone is welcome. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye!